Hello everyone, I am forecaster Blaze here. We're going to give you an update to a blog video that we did earlier saying severe weather before Thanksgiving. Well, this is an update because we have some brand new information and some new data that we want to discuss. So without further ado, let's take a look right now real quick at your current radar. Let's put up a map of Arkansas. As you can see, everything is clear. We can switch back over to another radar here real quick. As you can see, we have some new technology that allows me to be able to stand up and give you a look. Right now, currently, Arkansas is clear. There's no activity right now whatsoever, but that's fixing to change tomorrow, and I'm going to give you all that information right now. So let's look real quick. I have a remote now too where I can control what's behind me. So let's look if we can at our current Arkansas Weather Watchers outlook. As you can see, the severe threat has increased from when we did our last blog video. We have a low tornado threat. We have a low damaging winds threat. We have a power outage very low. We also have large hail very low and flooding low. Now, why might we have upped our tornado and damaging winds? Well, the threat increased. At the beginning of time, at the beginning of the blog that we did, there was currently no outlook. Now we have a new outlook. Yesterday we posted about marginal, and now it's been up to a slight risk. Signs are showing from model data that the severe risk is increasing, and so the Storm Prediction Center saw that and they went ahead and increased it to a slight risk. So that meant the tornado threat went up and the damaging wind threat went up. Now it's still low, very, very low. Again, we're not anticipating any outbreaks or anything like that, but a couple thunderstorms that does move into the state could become severe and may even put an isolated tornado or two out. So again, we're watching this very, very close. We're looking at brand new data that's coming in, and we are trying to forecast best as we can. But again, this is what we're thinking. Again, low tornado threat, low damaging wind threat. We have a very low for power outage, very low for large hail, and low for flooding. I do anticipate that there's definitely could be some rain, but again, the flooding situation we've got low because we don't anticipate a big flooding situation. But I think this is more going to be like a severe threat rather than more of a flooding threat. So again, we're watching this very, very close. A lot of you are wondering, well, what causes severe weather to just spur of the moment? Before it was nothing, and now we've got a slight risk. Well, we've been watching this for a while here at Arkansas Weather Watch. We were forecasting severe weather. Actually, we were looking at this a week ago, but it just so happened that the Storm Prediction Center issues stuff about 3 days in advance, and so they issued one yesterday, and that was marginal, and now day 2 is today, and that is slight. So, and a lot of people are going to ask, well, do we think they're going to up it? Are we going to see an enhanced risk? At this time, we do not think so. We do see some new model data that has came in that shows more signs of maybe a little bit higher severe threat, but I don't think it's enough to issue an enhanced risk at this time. Now, that definitely could change as we are making this video. So again, I want to take a look at our current thinking, and we want to look at our GR level 2. Again, the state is clear at this time. There's no severe weather going on. We don't even have rain around the state right now. Everything is practically clear. It's a good day. I'll tell you what, let's take a look at our GR Earth here. This right here tells us we have 72 in South Arkansas. Northwest Arkansas is looking at 66, 68 around Clinton. We've got 67 around the Searcy area. I mean, we're just looking at all different kind of temperatures right now. The highest I'm seeing looks to be 72 degrees, and again, that's in South Arkansas. And as time goes on, those temperatures are going to stay that way. But again, there's going to be a front that moves in. That front is what's going to cause this severe weather. Now, again, we're not anticipating much in the way of severe weather, but like I was saying earlier, a couple thunderstorms could become severe. It's just going to kind of, we're still waiting on some model data to get the specifics. So again, as new model data comes in, it's looking worse than what we first thought. Now, again, we're not trying to scare you or anything. We're not concerned. This is not going to be one of those, oh, it's a huge severe event whatsoever. No, a couple thunderstorms could become supercell, or a couple thunderstorms could become severe. But again, the overall organized severe weather does not look like that's going to happen right now. Now, if we get more model data in, could that change? Absolutely. Models change rapidly. They're very, very changing. And so what that does is kind of messes with us because, 1 minute, well, the models could show significant severe weather, and then next it's showing nothing. So, it's kind of one of those things that we have to look at different models and get a solution. So that's how pretty much it works, especially with Storm Prediction Center. They look at the different models, kind of come up with a solution. And again, that reminds me, let's go right back to our outlook that we have here real quick. And that is going to show, again, we have a low tornado threat, low damaging wind threat. Power outage is very low. Large hail is very low. Flooding is very low. Actually, flooding is low. So again, as you can see, the green on the map is where our marginal risk is, and the yellow is where the slight risk is. Again, that's the highest threat we have right now, is a slight risk for the state. A slight risk is a 2 out of 5. Again, it goes marginal, it goes slight, it goes enhanced, it goes moderate, and it goes high. And right now, we're 2 out of 5 with a slight. So again, questions are going to come in. Well, do you think we're going to go to an enhanced risk? Not right now. I don't. I don't think we have enough model data to decide that right now, and the model data that we do have does not show that. So again, we're seeing signs that might be a little bit higher than slight risk, but it's not enough right now to issue an enhanced risk. There has to be a lot of model data and a lot of solutions that show that we have an enhanced risk, and we don't have that right now. We do have enough, though, to show that we have a slight risk. But yesterday we had enough to show that it was marginal, and now we've got a slight. So it just keeps increasing. Will it continue? I don't know. Don't think so. Again, the model data that we have right now does not show an upgrade to the SPC. But I do want to talk about something that we did note. And if you looked at the latest SPC from last night, we had a 2% tornado risk. That's one of the reasons to why we had very low on the tornado, because that's 2%. But now we've had an increase, with this slight risk, and that's actually brought the tornado risk from 2% to 5%. That's actually made us increase it to a low. Again, the tornado threat is low. Damaging wind threat is low too. Power outage is very, very low. Large hail is very low. And flooding. I think the main concern is going to be damaging winds and tornadoes in the system. But again, the risk is not that high. It's not going to be one of those that everybody sees tornadoes. No, it's going to be one of those things where some thunderstorms may come through Arkansas. Some of them may become severe, but we're not expecting much, and we're not expecting an outbreak of any kind whatsoever. I want to make that clear. We're not expecting an outbreak whatsoever. But again, some thunderstorms that make its way into Arkansas could potentially become severe and put down an isolated tornado or two and maybe some damaging winds. So again, we're not expecting much in that. Now what I want to do is I want to take a look at our models. Okay, I want to pull up our models real quick, and I want to kind of give you a heads up of what we're looking at for the state, and kind of give you the rundown of what we're seeing and what made us come to this conclusion about the severe weather. So give me just a second here. We're going to pull this up, and we're going to put this on the screen so you guys can see it. Just give me just 1 second. We will put it up right now. As you can see, we'll put it up. Here it is. Okay, so this is, I just pulled up, shout out to Pivotal Weather. They're the ones that I use for weather models. And something that we've been watching is the HRR. A couple days ago, we made the blog. We did not have the HRR. So with that being said, the HRR is high resolution refresh models, which means it updates every hour. So we get a new solution every hour, or actually not a new solution, but a new model run. And I want to kind of show you what this is showing here. If we go to the Supercell composite that I showed you guys last time, let's see what we're seeing here now. So as you can see, there is definitely, from what I showed you before, which we can't do this, but if you go back to the video before that we made, we were only looking at dark, gray and stuff. Now we're starting to see some blue. Now, Is blue concerning? Well, blue is not necessarily concerning, but it does look like the severe threat's increasing from when I did that last blog. If I show you this, look at this. So this is blue here, and you know, gray here is an indication of 4, 3 to 4. Blue is when you started getting into the 5 and 6 range. Here we've got 6. Now this is just model data. This is just model data that we're looking at, and usually an indication that severe weather is going to happen is if you start having 3, 4, 5, stuff like that, and that's what we're seeing. You know, here we've got, again, matter of fact, there's a 7 up here, but you know, this is just model data, so anything can change at this time. Again, we get a new model run every hour, and what it looks like it's trying to do is it actually looks like it's trying to form something back here that's actually, because if you look, if we pull it back, see, it looks like it's trying to bring in something else right here, right after this. But again, it's still in question. We can see these models and these can say 5 and 6 and all this stuff, but if we don't have, there's ingredients that you need. I mean, if we don't have those ingredients for severe weather, then severe weather is not going to happen. You know, it's just not. And so it's kind of up in the air right now if we're going to have those fully ingredients. Let's look at the significant tornado perimeter. This doesn't necessarily show us where tornadoes are going to form or anything like that, but it kind of just shows us kind of an understanding of where exactly what it's kind of trying to do. And so let's see. So as you can see, it looks like it starts to get intense about right here. And I was looking at these earlier, and it's actually increased just a little bit, about 0.0, actually 0.1. It's about increased just a teeny bit, and that's one of the reasons to why that the Storm Prediction Center upped the risk to a slight, mainly for the tornado threat and hail. And so this kind of gives us an understanding. Okay, well, see, we're seeing 1.2, but even then, as you can see down at the bottom, you know, this 1.2 is just, it's really not that high, as you can see. You know, it's kind of down there really, really low. That's why we're saying that the tornado threat's low. I mean, it's there, okay? It's there, but it's low. You know, it's not very low anymore because I mean, it was, but now it's low. And it's still, you know, now we're seeing more signs that it's low, you know. So we're not anticipating whatsoever an outbreak of any kind. But we do think that some storms may become severe and a couple of them might become tornadic. You know, it's just one of those things. And we're going to continue to watch. See, the thing about it is there will be significant shear. Actually, kind of see it's showing. See, it's more the numbers. See, when I pulled up the supercell composite just a minute ago and I showed you that little area that looked like it was going to form, that actually has a higher tornado threat than the actual over here that I was just showing you. So, but again, these are just model data. I know this shows in the 2 range, but again, this is just model data, so this will change every hour. So what the thing about it is there is a lot of shear. There is a lot of shear from the negatively tilted trough. The question still is how much instability we will really have, and that's still in question. It does look like we're going to have more instability than what we first thought. There's no doubt about that, but that's typical because now we've got high resolution models that'll actually refresh every hour, and it looks at, you know, different ideas and different things, and it comes together and creates this model, and we look at this and then we look at the different models and we look at a solution. So one of the reasons to why I didn't pull up the GFS for this is because I look at the HRR because it's more accurate when it comes to this because it's closer and it can look into. But we still can't even see. We still cannot see this whole system move into Arkansas and move out. We can see it move into Arkansas. This is as far as we can see right here. That's it. Looking at it from HRRR. Now I can pull up the GFS and you can see it move out of the state. But then again, I like to personally look at the high resolution models because it's more likely to be accurate than the GFS because it does update every hour. So in the event that it does have a model that's out, you know, just crazy, well, it updates every hour. So that means that that model will then fix itself, you know, typically. So again, like I was saying, there's definitely going to be shear, no doubt about it. There's going to be a lot of shear. The big still question is how much instability or moisture return we're going to have. that's going to really be the deciding factor. If we start seeing an increase on that, then your severe risk is going to increase. There's no doubt about it. But at this point in time, there's still a lot of questions. There's still a lot of things we can't see, but we will be able to see it. Hopefully, we'll be able to see this whole system later tonight. Close to 8 o'clock, we'll be able to see it actually move into the state and move out model-wise. But right now, all we can see is this. But as you can see, this looks for veiled. It says Wednesday. So it looks as if maybe this system is slowing down a little bit. That's something that someone was I was talking to the other day, or not the other day, but today about, is this system looks like it's actually trying to slow down. And in the event that that happens, well, that could bring up the severe threat just a little bit. But, still a lot of things that are up in the air. So, again, there's a lot of questions right now still up in the air. So, I'm going to take a look. Let's go back here to our Arkansas Weather Watchers logo, and let's look at our Arkansas Weather Watchers SPC again. Again, we have a low tornado threat, a low damaging winds, very low power outage, a very low large hail, and low flooding threat. Again, we have a slight risk. This is what the discussion says. Isolated severe storms with a threat for mainly damaging wind, and a couple of tornadoes will be possible for Arkansas Tuesday. So, again, we're watching this system very, very close here at Arkansas Weather Watchers. We want to keep you guys 100% informed and let you know of what's happening around the state. So, without further ado, guys, I'm going to end this video, but we will do another one as more data comes in. So, y'all have a great rest of your day, and I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.